On a cold October night in rural Pennsylvania, Alex and his fiancée Jenna were driving back from a late wedding reception. The narrow country road was pitch dark, the trees pressing close like walls. Fog rolled in thick waves across the pavement. They were laughing about the awkward best man speech when Jenna suddenly gasped and pointed ahead. A woman in a tattered white wedding gown stood by the roadside. Her veil was torn, hanging loosely over her pale face. One bare foot peeked out from beneath the hem, dirty and bloodied. Alex slowed the car, confused. The woman didn't wave or move. She just stared at them as they passed. Jenna turned in her seat to look back. "She's gone," she whispered. Alex glanced in the rearview mirror. The road behind was empty, swallowed by fog. They both tried to shake it off, convincing themselves she was just some guest from another wedding, maybe drunk or lost. But 20 minutes later, they saw her again. This time standing by an old wooden bridge. Same gown, same stillness. "This is creepy," Jenna muttered. Alex nodded, gripping the steering wheel tighter. As they passed her, Alex noticed something he'd missed before. The gown was soaked from the waist down, dripping water onto the road. Jenna urged him to stop and help, but Alex refused. "We're in the middle of nowhere at midnight. We're not pulling over for some ghostly bride," he half joked. But the uneasy look in Jenna's eyes told him she wasn't laughing. When they finally reached their cabin rental, both were quiet. Alex locked the door twice. Jenna kept glancing out the window toward the dark road. At 2:37 a.m., Jenna shook Alex awake. "Do you hear that?" she whispered. Faintly, through the silence, came a slow, deliberate knock on the living room window. 3 taps. A pause. 3 taps again. Alex crept to the window and pulled back the curtain just an inch. His breath caught. Outside in the mist stood the bride. Her soaked gown clung to her body, and her head tilted unnaturally to one side. Her eyes were wide and unblinking, fixed right on him. He slammed the curtain shut. "It's her," he hissed. Jenna backed away. The knocking continued, patient, rhythmic, as if she had all night. Alex grabbed his phone. No signal. The landline in the cabin was dead too. He decided to wait it out until sunrise, but neither of them could sleep again. In the morning, Alex drove into town for gas and asked the clerk if anyone around had seen a woman in a wedding dress. The clerk's expression changed instantly. "You saw her? The wandering bride?" He explained that 40 years ago, a young woman named Emily Rhodes was supposed to get married at the church near the bridge. On the way to the ceremony, her car veered off the road during a storm and plunged into the river. Her body wasn't recovered for weeks. Ever since, drivers on foggy nights reported seeing a bride walking the road, searching. Some say she's looking for her groom. Others say she's trying to lead people to their deaths. "She always knocks," the clerk said. "If you answer, you don't come back." Alex felt a chill. Jenna was waiting alone in the cabin. When Alex returned, the cabin door was open. "Jenna?" he called. No answer. He found her in the bedroom, sitting rigid on the edge of the bed. Her face was pale. "She was here," Jenna whispered. She knocked again. This time, she called my name. Before Alex could respond, a knock echoed from the living room window. 3 slow taps. They froze. The knocking grew louder, more insistent, until the window pane began to rattle. Then, silence. Alex cautiously pulled the curtain back. Nothing. The empty woods stared back. They left that morning, cutting their trip short. Weeks later, Jenna received a late-night voicemail. No words, Just the sound of 3 slow knocks and a woman's wet breath near the receiver. They changed their number, moved apartments, and never drove that road again. But sometimes, on foggy nights, Jenna swears she sees a pale figure in white at the end of their street, waiting.